Hello and welcome. My name is Aaron, and thanks for swinging by the Auto Trading channel. This is TradeStation Thursdays, and this is episode 8. Our main focus here at Auto Trading is to dive deep into the code of automated trading strategies. Today, I'll show you how to create your very own custom candlestick pattern indicator. So, without further ado, let's dive into it. Alright, so starting out kind of the same way that we did on Tuesday, it's that thought of if you've ever felt like you've seen a pattern in the price action chart and you wanted to know, if it was really something that was predictable. And so the way that you could do that is just identify what's going on and then turn it into code and have TradeStation show you every single time it did that same thing. And so that's what we're going to do. And today I decided that we would try that idea with a breakout candle. And so one that, was 2 times the average size or 3 times the average size of the average candle over, let's say, 14 periods is what we're going with. And as you can see on my chart, I just resized it a little bit. We have these magenta dots showing up whenever we have a larger than normal candlestick. So let's dive into the code and I'll show you what we did. All right, so I had the moving average pulled up right here, and then I had a few of these other show me's pulled up just so I could see how they had them structured, because that's basically what we're doing. In TradeStation, we're doing a show me. Kind of where it paints an indicator on top of the chart for you. And so very similar to an indicator, just a little bit different is the way TradeStation likes to categorize them. And so I was doing a show me, and what we have our inputs. Okay, length 14. This is what we're using this for, is how many bars that we want to look back. And in our case, we're just going to look back 14 bars. And this comes down into the math to eventually say, what's the average, either open and close, or average of the high and the low of the last 14 bars. And then our breakout factor, our second input, is us saying this is a multiple. So this is 3x. We have it as 3, and so we're saying when our current bar is 3 times the size of the average of the last 14, or 2 times or 4 times. That's what this breakout factor is going to be. And so I have 3 variables that I needed for this. They're the same as Tuesdays, and on Tuesday we had this line of code, and we're replacing it with this. So if you're coming from Trading View, that's kind of the difference right there. So I left it in. But now moving into kind of the math, we have this high-low. It's our candlestick high-low and variable. And what we're saying is the absolute value of the open minus the close. So I had this as high minus the low, but in TradeStation the high lows are showing up way further out than in a Trading View, and so just to make this show up a little more often, I chose to do open and close. And I did this absolute value. Let me show you guys. Let's do the definition of absolute value. It basically just gets rid of a negative if you have a negative number. So absolute value returns the absolute value of the number. And so here are the examples, right? So whether the absolute value is negative or positive, it'll just return the positive number. And so if you have a down bar, then you'll have a negative number. Then this way, that won't be the case. And so we have absolute value right there, but you can come in here and change this, to high, and change this to low if you want to. And then we have our high-low average, so we're using the exponential moving average of this number right here, the high-low, by the length, 14. And so now what we're saying, if our high-low, which is, just the difference right here, if our high-low is greater than or equal to the last 14 bars average times our breakout factor, then we're going to plot on the close of the bar, we're going to plot breakout in magenta. And so with it as the open and close, you can see we have quite a few more plots. But I change it to high-low. If I come here and verify, you can see that we have little to no plots because our high-low is so wide. Where are we at? Edit studies. That a factor of 3 just hasn't occurred in the last 2 weeks or so. And so if I bring the factor down to 2, there we go. Now we're showing with the high-low instead of the open and close. We're starting to get some there. So there you have it, my fellow automates. That is how you take a unique candlestick idea and turn it into code. To whomever, whenever, and however this finds you, I hope that it finds you well, and I hope to see you again soon.